to actually get into the gameplay of Chapter 1. And we left off where they were at, that they are actually at a school that should not even exist. But to their confusion, they don't know why or how. And I think we might figure out how as we progress through these games, since the game is split into 5 different chapters. We'll have to complete each chapter and figure out the secrets and truth behind Heavenly Host Elementary and its happenings that has occurred before its destruction. So here we go. Okay, we're on to character introductions. Says use the eye to interact with any character and learn more about them. When you're done, exit through the door on the southeast side of the room to resume play. Normally I would skip this, but for you guys, it wouldn't hurt to learn something. So this is Miss Yui Shishido, a 23-year-old 11th grade English teacher at Kisaragi High. Just started this semester after passing her teaching exam and is eager to make an impression. Although not a perfect instructor by any means, her unjaded zeal and enthusiasm are infectious, and her students seem generally responsive to her methods. Also serves as a teacher's assistant during homeroom for class 2-9, and really seem to have connected with the students there. Alright. Let's see who this is. Yoshiki Kishinuma, a 17-year-old student in Kisaragi High Class 2-9, often regarded as sarcastic and cynical, but as far as he's concerned, he's just being honest. Ah, kind of reminds me of somebody. I won't say who. Although generally not one to participate in events, his fondness for Satoshi and Ayumi means he'll make an exception now and again if either is involved. With intense drama at home, Yoshiki currently works part-time after school to afford rent on a small apartment where he lives alone. Wow. I guess some kids got it bad. Ayumi Shinozaki, the 17-year-old appointed representative of Kisaragi High Class 2-9, often subjects her classmates to ghost stories and reveals in hearing them scream. It's generally believed that she carries candles and other horror goods with her at all times, just in case an opportunity presents itself to use them. In truth, however, Ayumi wears this reputation as a mask to hide her own fear of the unknown, which rivals even Satoshi's in its intensity. When faced with any truly scary situation, her knees give out and panic sets in. Only her personal pride can break her out of this fear-induced state. Wow. Though her love for horror and stuff, heck, If I could sit down and watch a scary movie with her, I think we'd get along just fine. Mayu Suzumoto, a 16-year-old student in Kisaragi High Class 2-9. Somehow looks much tinier than she actually is, but possesses a big heart and a bright personality. Accepts anyone and everyone with open arms, never playing favorites, which has earned her nearly universal regard amongst her fellow students. Unfortunately, due to familial circumstances, this was Mayu's last day at Kisaragi High. She'll be moving shortly and transferring to a new school. That's always a sad thing. I can remember going to school, finding out a good friend of mine is moving. It's hard. So I understand how you feel, Mayu. Alright, on to our next one. Sakutaro Morishige, a 16-year-old student in Kisaragi High Class 2-9. He's been in theater club with Mayu since middle school, and developed a real closeness with her. He finds socializing with anyone else to be more trouble than it's worth. However, so he typically regards his other classmates with indifference. Takes great pride in his family heritage and reacts violently if anyone makes fun of his name. The only exception is the nickname Mayu's given him is Shig. Oh, I think I remember her from the intro of the game. I think her name was Yuka? Let's see what it says for her. Yuka Mochida, Satoshi's 14-year-old little sister. Though she's an 8th grader at Kisaragi Academy Junior High School, she looks and acts much, much younger. In the Mochida household, Yuka's always been the princess, generally getting her way and thus never really shedding her childish behavior. Despite this, she yearns to grow up, often attempting to act older or braver than she is, which sometimes gets her into trouble. To me, that sounds like your typical 14-year-old girl. Who's this? Seiko Shinohara, a 16-year-old student in Kisaragi High Class 2-9, lives very close to Naomi and generally accompanies her to and from school each day. A free spirit, she often says or does things that take others by surprise, though she's also easily forgiven due to her good nature and amiability. Her mother disappeared 3 years ago, leaving her with 3 younger siblings and a working father. As such, she's basically serves as head of the household. Seiko seems to regard Naomi as a kindred spirit, and the two of them frequently have long conversations about their many dreams for the future. Okay, and I'm assuming this is Naomi. Yep, Naomi Nakashima, a 16-year-old student in Kisaragi High Class 2-9 and a classmate of Satoshi's since junior high, frequently greets Satoshi with, "Oh, not you again." Having lost her father a few years back, Naomi and her mother now depend on one another for moral support. Still, she remains optimistic and cheerful. Her home life has given her an interest in nursing, which she's intent on pursuing. She spends her time studying, aiming for acceptance to medical school. And last but not least, Satoshi Mochida, a 17-year-old student in Kisaragi Academy Senior High School, Class 2-9, fairly average but popular, known for being both kind and cowardly in equal measure. as we've all seen in the opening sequence. Despite his timidness, he's very personable and open, which complements his general sensitivity towards others to make him a natural leader. The one person ever to challenge that leadership is Naomi, who is consequently the only person to whom Satoshi regularly defers judgment. Wow. Well, that's the personality of everybody. And who knows, maybe knowing how they are maybe might help us in a way to complete the game. Alright, onwards to chapter 1. Yes, and chapter introductions. Here we go. Uh-oh. It's another earthquake. I wonder why this place gets so many earthquakes. Oh, wait a minute. I wonder if this tells you what year. $1970 something. So I wonder if they got thrown into the past. Maybe some alternate universe or dimension. I'm telling you guys, I don't know. This is that. What I just said right there is just a theory. But I guess we'll find out. Now there was a plank in the back part of that classroom. I wonder if we'll be able to take that and use that for something. Huh? Oh yeah, sweet. So I can take it with me. Yes. But I'm quite curious, what do we use it for? Ah, how much you want to bet to cross all that stuff? Oh yeah. I think we cross this area first. I think we should try it. What's the candle for? Oh. Oh. This is how we save. Okay. Okay, so I get it. So anytime we want to save, find a candle and save our progress. Let's see what's downstairs. We're in the main building, first floor, west hall, I believe. West or east? There's a lot of shoes. And for some of you that don't know how Japanese schools work, they are in Japan, you're required to wear a school uniform depending on the school, and the different styles of uniforms are differs on the school you go to. Anyways, when besides the difference in uniforms, there's also the shoes. See, when you're a student to a Japanese school, you get what's called indoor shoes. These are special shoes specifically meant to be worn at school. So you can, the boys can wear any shoes on their way to school when they're going to school. Now the girls they wear shoes called loafers. So it's different with the girls than it is with men. But anyways, they all get the same shoes once they reach school. So instead of having a locker where you put all your things in, you get what's called a shoe locker. And that's where you swap for your regular everyday shoes for your indoor shoes. Now, those indoor shoes have different colors around the toe area of the shoe, of the outside of the shoe. Now each color, again, depending on which school it is, each color can is used to identify which grade you're in. So generally speaking, red is usually second year students for high school, whereas blue would be seniors. I forgot what color freshmen would be at. So I'm gonna be going on to we're gonna continue on. So we're just figuring out that there's tiny shoes.
父さん頑張ってる間、私が主婦やんないとね。ゆうくんたちまだちっちゃいもんね。聖子偉い。女子高生にしてお母さんだ。なんかそれ微妙。早く帰ってあげないと。てかナオミもだよね。お母さん一人で待ってる。絶対帰ろうね、ナオミ。なんとかなるよ。
So let's see what's down here. Oh, entryway is closed. Uh-oh. Her ankle is bothering her again.
ダメだわ。力ずくで開く感じじゃないみたい。
Oh, it wasn't the ankle, it was her. It was the door. Man, that door is rock solid if it ain't moving.
せっかく玄関まで来たのにね。別の出口探してみよっか。そうだね。
Okay, apparently it looks like that's as far as we'll be able to go for first floor. So let's head on back upstairs to the second floor. Okay, I'm gonna save again, and we will hopefully finish this chapter in part 3.